Welcome to the Daisy Blue Fashion Variety Show. I am Nancy Blizzard, your host, and my guest today is Jennifer Costello from Jeneration Apparel. Welcome to my show. Tell me how you got interested in fashion.
Well, first I want to say thank you very much for having myself and my models here today. And it's kind of been a long road, an unexpected road. I've been in banking and I've been in advertising for a long time, and I decided it's my life and I could do what I want. So this time we're going to do it in style, and I decided to have my own fashion brand, and I decided to get involved in fashion, and I definitely would not change my mind, and I'm glad that I went this direction. And it's something that I like, that I've didn't have any idea that how well I'd be, how well and successful that my company would be, but I kind of went off the deep edge, and I wanted to create something that was amazing. And so I kind of created a sisterhood of models. And all the models that work for me, they know each other. They are involved in a lot of different things. I am actually the ambassador for Easter Seals. 7 years ago on the 23rd of July, I was ran over by a car that forgot to pull their brake, and I broke my femur, fibula, and tibia. I thought it was over. For me, I'll be honest, I was in a dark place. And then someone told me about Accessoride. I had a walker, I had all kinds of problems, and so with the Accessoride, they would pick me up, take me to my appointments, take me to my nail appointment, take me to my girlfriend's house without me having to burden my family members. So that was a lifesaver, literally. And with that, I became so excited to be part of Easter Seals. Without Easter Seals, I wouldn't have ever been able to be the person that I am today. And so they made me their ambassador. What this tells me is that you can do anything that you set your mind to. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how old you are, what broken parts you have. If you have it in your heart, you can definitely get out there and do what it is that you have in your heart to do. And I wanted to be in the fashion industry. And so I've built a company that is full of beautiful, beautiful people. I was actually doing some photos with some mascara. It was called Unique, and I'd done a couple photos, and Jerry Martin reached out to me. He's a photographer in Colorado Springs, and he asked me to do some modeling. I was like, no, there's no way I'm coming up there. There's no way. He talked me into doing a calendar, and I competed with a bunch of girls from Colorado Springs, a bunch of girls from Denver, and I ended up being the 2018 Sensorwear cover girl. Here I am, 49 years old, and so what this tells me is, if you guys, I didn't know where it was. Where is it? There it is. If I can do this at 49, 5'1½", broken leg, I know that there's a future for all of you models. You all can do this. If you have it in your heart, you just need to practice, 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 and be the person that you want to be by building on that person each and every day. And that's what I've learned, and that's what I've done, and that's why I'm in this room with you and all these other models, is because we've all practiced. I practiced to walk, I practiced to do runway. We've just studied, and that's why we're all here, and that's why these girls are all successful.
Your line, Jeneration Apparel, right?
Jeneration Apparel.
Jeneration, I'll make sure I
with a J, just like me.
You were a designer, or are you a model, or are you a promoter, or are you all those things?
I'm actually all those things and a little more. I have Jeneration Apparel, which is a clothing line that I started out of necessity. I started modeling, and I found it difficult to find clothing that fit me, clothing that looked good, clothing that was the it factor. So I studied for about 3 months, and I found out about how clothes work, how the industry runs, and every aspect, every detail. And so I ended up actually starting my own fashion line, Jeneration Apparel. And I wanted it to be for everybody, every size, every ethnic group. I wanted it to be generational. So it ended up working out that I called it Jeneration Apparel, and we started with 5 models, and now we have over 120. So it's not just me. That's what I want you to know. It's a team of people that make Jeneration Apparel what it is.
Where do you get your inspiration for these designs? Do you have
We work with a group of designers that work with Jeneration Apparel, and we have a generalized look, and what we do is we work on that look. We work with different types of dresses, gowns. We work with jersey gowns. We work with mermaid dresses. We work with different styles of dresses. So if we have a dress with chiffon and lace that is appealing to Jeneration Apparel, when we put it together on the computer, that's the dress that goes out, and then the factories actually just make the dresses for us. So anybody can make a dress. Today you can use the computers for so many things. You can basically get everything done from the computer, including make dresses. So it's just the CAD design is what we use. What I do is we pick the designs, and it's all done off of computers, and it goes to the factories, and then that gives us these amazing designs that we can, that's how we can do the amazing fashion shows that we do. That's how we can work with the numbers. That's how we can accommodate people throughout the internet from our webpage, and that's how we can personally style. If they tell us what they like, then we can get that type of outfit, that apparel that they want. Because I know when I was looking for a dress, it was a nightmare. And you find a style, but that's it. And you can't find more like that dress. And so with me, if you find a dress that you like, I can actually get more like that style, because that's the Jeneration Apparel style that we work with. It's, if you like a dress, seize the moment. Call us up and ask us if we have it, and we'll be happy to accommodate you. If not, we'll have something close to it. And I know a lot of them like the slits, a lot of them like the glamour dresses, a lot of them like the jersey look, a lot of them like the midi dresses, some of them like just comfortable mini dresses. I mean, we run the gamut on the dresses. We have everything that you could imagine. And we're looking for new designers to help us with our CAD design next year. Right now we have, in-house, we have about 25 that help us with our designs.
Can someone say, I wish I had a dress that had a slit down the middle of it and, you know, had sleeves, cap sleeves?
They can tell us what type of dress that they want, and then we can go through the factories and all our designs, and then we can provide them with a dress. If we don't have a dress, we always submit new dress. We have a new factory that actually called me, and they would like us to submit more designs. So usually we call the factories. It's odd that they're calling us.
Oh, okay.
So we're pretty excited. We haven't got a chance to work with them yet. It'll be next year. But factories are calling us, and all they want is just the little disc. They just want the design, that's all. And all the designs are done off the computer, so it's really easy for us to do the number of designs.
Oh, that's wonderful. You don't have to keep a big inventory then, right?
No, everything that we have in Denver is samples. And so that's, but I do work with other designers. So when they see my dress, when they see our dresses, they also take from my dresses. So it's hard for us to keep inventory, but we try to keep inventory on the dresses that we have. So when you see a dress that you like, it's best that you get it when it's available, because we don't know how long they're going to last or how long we have on the run. Some dresses will be 10 on a run, some will be 200 on a run, some will be 1,000. So if it's 1,000, then we'll have that for a long time. If it's only 10 or 20 on a run, then that dress, I just recently had a dress that was purchased off the internet. We had one sample and one online, and it wasn't her color, so she bought the sample one, and that was a $100 dress. But now we no longer carry the dress. So she's getting a sample dress that no one else will have. So we have amazing dresses. We have dresses that are one-time dresses, maybe that you'll see once. Maybe you'll see that dress 4 or 5 times. We have a dress that's blue. We have a dress that's red that every single model I think have shot in. But this one, they just love. And so depending on how many dresses leave our factory will depend on how much we have in inventory. But we're moving dresses all the time.
What factors have influenced your style?
I always like elegance, but I also like a little sexy, and I want that it factor. And sometimes when you're looking at the local stores, you just can't find it. And so for me, it's chiffon, lace, and elegance is my factor. So that's my it factor. Chiffon and lace is a Jeneration Apparel staple for sure. When we're in front of the camera, we're doing photo shoots, they want something that makes you say, wow.
Yes.
And I don't get that from some of the local stores, but I do get it from Jeneration Apparel, and a lot of my models when they have super shoots or they have just regular local shoots, they come to me and they borrow a lot of my clothing. They use the apparel. Next thing you know, they're famous. No, I wouldn't say famous, but we definitely work with our girls, and I do a lot of production work now. And so when I bring in a new model, we definitely put them in the scene, in the modeling scene. They're part of the fashion, they're part of runways. They get included with a lot of photographers. I started doing production work out of my home, but now we do production work with pro studios. We start models from the beginning, and next thing you know, they're out there in the scene, and they're doing their own modeling. They're making their dreams come true. So we're kind of like a good starting point for models. They can come into our studio. They can see if they're good at modeling, and if they're not, we've got great resources as far as schools. We've got workshops. We've got other photographers, other models. We've basically got the whole it as far as modeling goes. As far as we've got the studios for you, we've got the apparel, we've got amazing photographers, and to be honest, without the models and photographers, I don't think I could have been as far as I don't think I could have come as far as I've come without them. What I found is a lot of people are now coming to us, asking us about our models, and that gives them a lot of opportunities outside what I do as well. We have a lot of photo shoots coming up, and we also have photo shoots every Thursday at Pro Studio for new models, so that I can interview them and put them on our roster if they're interested in becoming a model, if they're interested in this type of industry, if they want to kind of see where they go. I work with Pro Studios for all the beginning models, and we can also put them in workshops to get them better. And if they're already established, we do a lot of production work with magazines and runways, other designers, a lot of just different photo shoots for different reasons.
How do you select models that will represent your brand?
I want to make sure that every model that we work with has a decent type of profile, but we want to give them a glamorous look. We don't really want them to get in a position where they're having to take off more clothes than they want to. Actually, we want them to wear more clothes. And I think that they look absolutely glamorous. We work with them from beginning to end, and we help put them with other groups and other production companies, and we put them in magazines. We do a lot for them as far as building their modeling career.
Why don't we take this opportunity to invite one of the models on stage?
Yes,
so
yes,
we can see your line.
Yes, they're beautiful girls. I love them all. These are Jeneration Apparel designs.
Mm-hmm.
I pick every single one of them. I work with a bunch of different designers and stylists, and what you see here is a Jeneration Apparel line. These are our collections, but I am a stylist. I work individually with models, and I also work with individuals for maybe parties, or maybe they just want to look nice at work. We have everything, which you'll see from swimsuits to dresses for gala events, or maybe even office wear. But I generally pick a model that is confident and that wants to work with Jeneration Apparel and can be you know, just that model that I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for a specific look with these girls. I'm looking for someone that is comfortable in their own shoes, and mine, and my dresses. And I just want someone who is actually committed to their modeling career. And Ellison Crane, she's been one of my models since the very beginning. And she's one of my younger models. And this girl, Miss Ellison, has worked. And I'm very proud of her. This is one of our work dresses. Go ahead and turn around, Ellison. And it's the kind of cut that it's not something that you see every day, but it's definitely elegant, and it's still a work dress. You could add a scarf. You could put a different belt on that. You could change the look of it. You could put another coat on it. It could be used for the evening, for the day wear. There's a lot of different uses for this dress, but hands down, it definitely is a Jeneration Apparel dress.
I like the slit in the front.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something different.
Exactly.
We see lots of slits in the back. Why,
right.
Why should we always have it in the back? Why don't we just change it up a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I like them to have different styles, different looks all the time. I like them to feel comfortable in the dress that they're wearing, and it actually is very soft and it feels comfortable. I know that a lot of girls like my clothes because of the way they look and the way they feel. This dress reminds me of the Festival of Color. This was one of our opening dresses that Suzanne wore, and she looks as beautiful today as she did then, and she really wears this dress amazing. Turn around, let them see the back, how it flows. Absolutely beautiful. She's got an amazing shape, and this dress absolutely complements her body style. We use a nylon mix, different things for different dresses. There's a little bit of stretch room in Jeneration Apparel, which is really, really nice because they're wearing good dresses and they fit them all and they fit their body style perfectly. Now, all my models, they do a lot of other things. They're with other production companies. They're with other runway shows. I don't actually own any of my models. They're free to go at any time, and what has ended up happening is they stay. So we've got quite a core of models. We're going to be picking 2 girls to go compete for the pinup that's going to be happening in Colorado Springs every Thursday. We're going to be dressing them up and making them beautiful and sending them down to compete. You can always reach me at Jennifer at Jeneration Apparel and www.generationapparel.com. This one is a nylon mix. It's also very stretchy. This one will fit a size 6. This will go up to a size 6, from a 4 to 6. Oh, and it fits really nice. The clothes are comfortable. They're easy to wear, and they're not so binding that you feel uncomfortable. So they have a nice feel. They have beautiful custom fits, and they're definitely Jeneration Apparel. You'll know my dresses when you see them. This is Stephanie Maynard. She is one of Colorado's biggest models out there. If you haven't heard of Stephanie, then I don't know where you're at. She's everywhere from Denver Fashion to Unique Fashion, and she has her own Denver Spa, which we're going to be doing Flawless with. Her fashion show. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. We have 4 amazing models that are going to be doing Jeneration Apparel with the Spa Denver. And again, that's going to be the 4th. This is going to be at her spa, and she's the owner of the spa, and she has amazing treatments for women that need to freshen up. As you can tell, she's absolutely gorgeous. From her hair to her tippy toes, everything is absolutely perfect. And she's one of my very favorite models that I love to work with. She does production, she does modeling, she has her own company, her own salon. I mean, these models are definitely not just modeling, they do so much more. So this one would be considered something that we would do for a photo shoot. Something elegant for a photo shoot. A lot of times girls want that it factor, not just for a gala, but for the photo shoot. And so with Jeneration Apparel, we can give them that it factor without a lot of cost. This dress is about $89.
It is a beautiful dress.
Yes.
I like that. It ties in the back like that, and then it comes around and ties on the side. What a great...
Well, actually, this is one of those dresses that has 3 different functions. You can change that tie in different, you can tie it in front, you can put it around different ways. It's a versatile dress.
Wow, that's so nice.
Steffi's one of our newest models. She started working with us. I don't know, about over the summer, we did a couple shoots with her, and now she's blowing up like dynamite. She's all over there. And that's kind of what I pride myself on. Once I pick a really good model, I notice that everybody goes after them, which is, I'm not jealous. I saw your post this week. I'm actually really proud of them. I'm glad that they can get out there and make a name for themselves. What I pride myself on is, like I said, the it dress, and they do come back to wear that dress. They want the dress that fits them nicely, that feels comfortable, and gives them the it factor when it comes to that image, especially in the magazines. And now that we're gearing towards doing more publications with magazines, we're gonna make them look even more and more glamorous.
How do you feel about the Denver fashion scene, the industry here in Denver? Don't you believe it's growing?
Oh yeah, when I started, I came out from under a rock. I became an international model within 6 months. And I don't think that I could have done it without the social media that everybody has today, and the fact that there's so many people in the Denver market that are just rising stars. They've got models that are working really hard. They've got producers that are working really hard, photographers that are working nonstop. I think that the fashion as far as where it was a few years ago. It's just gone gangbusters. I mean, when I first started, I saw maybe a couple of fashion shows. There's one every week, every 2 weeks. We've got fashion shows on our agenda, I think 2 or 3 a month. And so I think that the fashion industry is just exploding here in Denver.
I think there's a lot of creative, amazing people
Yes.
here in Denver. And I hear some of them are actually going back to New York to do Fashion Week in New York too.
A lot of our models go back and forth,
Right.
but I'm here to tell you that a lot of the fashion scene is right here in Denver.
Yes.
Instead of us going out there, they're coming here. My LinkedIn is just full of magazines, publishers, photographers. I have so many contacts on social media that want to work with my company, with our productions, and with our models. It's crazy. We have enough work to keep everybody busy for a long time, right here in Denver. And if it's like this for me, I know the other production companies that we work for, they're exploding as well. They're doing well here in Denver.
Isn't that great? Because you can really, sometimes you never know where your journey's going to go, right?
We don't. We just started with
don't.
dresses, and now we're in production and magazines. A lot of these girls started working with us a year ago, and all of them have gone somewhere because they've worked hard, and they had no idea. I had no idea that it would blow up to such an amazing company. I had no idea. So you never know what you start. If you have an idea, it could blossom into something incredible. We're excited to be in all facets of modeling, and I'm excited to get my girls out there, and we'd like to get them sponsored in some of the other things that we have coming up, which I can't really talk about now, but we do have some amazing things coming up that is going to be really, really fun. This is our first year, so I'm not sure where we'll go from here, but we definitely are excited about what we've done and where we're going.
Thank you for watching the Daisy Bloom Fashion Variety Show here at Denver Open Media with Jennifer Costello at Jeneration Apparel. Thank you, Jennifer. Have a wonderful fashion day.